guys, how are you? Welcome back to my channel. Today's video I wanted to share with you a really highly requested video. I swear I've gotten this video requested so many times. I've responded to emails, Snapchats, Instagram comments, or Instagram messages so many different times, and I feel like a little like I just should address it in a video so that you guys can just, I don't have to individually message you guys out. And I thought maybe it would be a helpful video if I would have seen this video. It might have would have helped me out a little bit, or maybe not make me feel as alone in this whole journey. But if you've read the title already and you're here, you probably already know. But today's video I want to share with you tips on how I got pregnant. People can tell you all these different things, and I have learned so many different things from not only like my blogger family, the Brooks Life family, on my blog channel. Everyone on there were so helpful, and the prayers were really helpful. I think it's all in God's timing, or the universe's timing, to be honest. I know a lot of people try for a really long time, and people even choose other options. I just think everybody has their own path, and my husband and I, we tried for a while, almost a year, I would say, and finally we got our baby girl. So I just wanted to share with you some tips that I have learned along the way. These might help you out, you know? Anyways, so I got a list of things that I wanted to discuss. So, let's get started. Sorry, my hair is just crazy and I keep touching it. It's just this humidity. Anyways, first tip, don't stress about it. Have fun with trying to get pregnant. I know sometimes us as women, we like want something and we want it now, at least for me, and I'm very impatient, and then I start thinking all these negative things when they're not happening, and it could be the hardest thing in the world every month when you're going to look for that test, because you only get like one try, and then you have to wait a whole other month and then see what the test results are then, and it's just, it can be really difficult, and it's easier said than done. I can't stress it enough. I know how many times I was disappointed and how I was like, how am I going to wait 30 more days, 28 more days, however long your cycle is, how am I going to wait that long to see if I'm pregnant the next month? And it was really, really overwhelming feeling, and I just kind of got discouraged a lot. So you're not alone. If you are trying for a long time, you are not alone. I know a lot of people try a lot longer than me, and my prayers and my heart goes out to you, because it is really difficult, and you never would have thought that it would be difficult to get pregnant. I mean, some people get pregnant like that, like you just look at them and they're pregnant, but some it takes a little while. And I think for me, at least, it was my body wasn't ready, and also my mind, because there was a few times where I thought I was pregnant and I freaked. And when I actually was pregnant, I was at a place that I was so calm and so excited and so overwhelmed with joy and stuff like that. So I know I wanted it in my heart, but I wasn't ready in my mind. So you got to be ready. Just trust in God's or the universe's timing, because it is the perfect timing, and I swear it really is. Anyways, don't stress, have fun with it, but you can prepare and get your body ready for it. You're going to carry a child for 9-10 months, so you want your body ready for it. And I was really underweight, and I wasn't taking care of myself. I wasn't drinking enough water, I was not eating enough food. I never ate lunch ever, like ever. So and I just really wasn't taking care of my body. So I had to start taking care of my body. Once you're growing a human, you want to already be like on track, which some cases you might not. And once you get a baby, then you're like, okay, I'm going to start taking, your mother instincts kicking, and you're like, I'm going to take care of myself. I'm not saying that you're not going to until then, but that's just what worked for me. And my hair is really ticking me off. Anyways, ovulation tests. Get some ovulation tests. I will link some down below. I actually got some on Amazon, because they could be really pricey at the store, and if you're trying every month, you don't really want to be spending all this crazy money on ovulation tests. So I got a bunch of them from Amazon, and they were just little strips that they use at the doctor's office, and they also actually came with pregnancy tests. And they're just so easy. If you have a line or whatever, you'll know you're ovulating. I also, so that I knew, I got an ovulating thermometer. I only used this 1 month, and I actually, maybe 2, I'm not sure, but it worked, because I knew something was off when I was pregnant. So I kind of knew beforehand, and I kind of knew it like instinctually. I was like, I think I'm pregnant, this is weird, I don't know what's going on, I just feel different. But ovulation thermometer, this really was great too, because it kind of helped me to know when I'm ovulating like right, very long. You don't have a big gap to dry throughout the month. So, and you should know your periods, know your body, because I had it on my app, or on my phone. I have the period app. So there's a bunch of different period calculators or period apps, and they tell you when you'll ovulate or when they think you'll ovulate. Know your cycle. If you're a 28-day cycle, just know your cycle, because then you can roughly estimate when you're going to ovulate. So you'll have like the ovulation test, you'll have the ovulation calculator, and you'll have your app, so you'll know when's a good time. And they say not to do it every day when you're ovulating. So the week that you're ovulating, I would do it every other day, because your sperm is a lot more potent when you're not doing it. When you're doing it every day, it kind of lowers the potent. That's not really the word I'm looking for. It just lowers the sperm count. And I did a lot of research, and I asked my doctor about that, and that isn't a myth. So do it every other day. If you want to just not calculate it and have fun doing it, do it every other day throughout the whole month, because that would be fun still too. Just have fun doing it. Just not try to make it so stressful, and not make it like work, because then it's not fun. So make sure you're 18 or older if you're watching this video. Fertility. So I knew my body was kind of off track, because I didn't think I was ovulating every month, because I was not taking care of my body. So to get my body on track, not only did I start taking prenatal pills, so I started taking that like a year before, just so that my, kind of like they say tricking your body thinking you're pregnant, but it also just helps your body prepare for pregnancy. So I started taking prenatal pills right when I started trying to conceive. And then I finally, they say not to go speak to a fertility specialist if you're in your 20s or 30s until you've been trying for a year. But if you're like 35 and above, then they say to go speak to a fertility nurse a lot sooner than that. So it says 85% of women get pregnant within the first year, so just don't give up hope. I know that's really easier said than done, like I said, but just don't give up hope. And lots of prayers. I don't think I would have done it without all my prayers for my Brooks Life family on our blog. Seriously, I was so vulnerable, and that really inspires me to be that person again on my blog channel. I go through times where I'm like, I'm just going to be me. And now I feel like I'm really guarded, because I don't want people to judge me for the things I'm saying. But during my vlog channel, I was so vulnerable with my feelings a lot of times. I obviously didn't express all my feelings, but I was open to you guys, like when I was sad, when I was disappointed in God, when I was really angry with God, when I was like questioning myself, when I was like wondering if this was even something in my plan. I, to be honest, did not want to have any kids at all. Like, I didn't even want to get married. But then I found someone and I got married. But I did not want to have kids, literally ever. But then something clicked, and I was just like, you know what, I feel like I'm missing something in life. And then I wanted it. And I knew that God would have never put that dream in my heart if it wasn't supposed to happen. So I just, after all the anger and bitterness and stuff, and I just kind of came in closer to God and grew closer to Him. Throughout the whole experience, I grew so close to Him. But I knew that it was in my plan, and I just had to trust Him. And once I started trusting in Him, because trust doesn't happen, just like with any relationship. Trust does not just happen like that. Once I fully trusted Him, then everything started falling into place, and I got pregnant. So just trust that it will happen. Be patient. Prayers help too. Ask anyone to pray for you. I was asking everyone to pray for me, and I believe that it really worked. Have faith, the right timing, prepare your body. Not only was I starting to eat right, and I was eating good, and I was drinking water. I wasn't drinking enough water, but I was drinking more water, literally. I would probably only drink a bottle a day. Now I'm drinking like 8 to 10, like probably more than that sometimes. But I never would have did that before, ever. So I was just preparing my body any way that I could, with just nurturing it, caring for it. Just prepare your body. Like, I was already pregnant, and I was visualizing it. I know some of these things might seem silly to some people, but visualizing things, like the power of, what's that word? The Secret app, where it's the universe. You're like visioning it, and it's like the power of, I don't know what I'm trying to say, but once you visualize something and strongly see it and just visualize it, like I visualized me having my baby, I visualize experiences in life, just visualize it, and I believe that it will just be drawn to you. Oh, that's what I was going to say. What also helped me is Fertility, which is a tea by faithhaven.com, which again, I will link that down below as well. It kind of helps you your body kind of ovulate and get it back on track. I will put it down below, but I was just reading all these things and I knew I wasn't ovulating because when I ovulate, it really hurts. Like I don't even remember what it's called, but I ovulate and it hurts a lot of the times, and I was getting ovarian cysts and everything. So I kind of knew when I was ovulating because it was just kind of painful. Fertility kind of helps you ovulate, it helps your body kind of get all on track and ovulate if you're not ovulating or whatever. Again, I will link that down below. A healthy weight. Like I said, I was underweight, so I just did anything I could to gain weight healthily. What, you know what I mean. A tip that I was suggested is to men to wear loose underwear. Thank you for those of you that mentioned that on my blog channel. And hold your legs up after sex. And my doctor laughed at me because she's gotten that question a lot. But that was a lot of the people that gave me tips, but also I read online that that was actually a tip. They said they're not sure if it really works to hold your legs up, but they say at 15 minutes after intercourse to stay laying down for 15 minutes. Did I just say that? They say after intercourse. You don't have to lift your legs up if you don't want, but stay in your spot or stay laying down for 15 minutes. How many day you are? Your 28 day. Women tend to ovulate on day 14. Women have longer or shorter cycles. So mine was about 28 days, so I ovulated on day 14. So I just knew that week I was going to take the ovulation test. So I knew exactly the day. But again, your body, I just wasn't sure if that was really it. So that's what I got. I'm like, when I want something, I want it. So that's why I got the thermometer. I was just kind of desperate too, because it was just like, hello, what am I doing? Like, so that's why I had all these things. You don't have to try all these things, but if you're like, come on, I need to get this ball rolling, I got a time clock here. It says first day of your menstrual cycle is considered day 1. Start testing on day 9 and continue after that. Sperm can live 72 hours after intercourse. That's another reason why they say to do it every other day, because they can live inside you for 72 hours. So to be more potent, if you do it every other day, there's still sperm living in you by the time they do it again. So wear tight clothing. Can lower your sperm count. They say that wearing tight clothing, men and women, can like affect the way you ovulate or your sperm count. I'm not really sure on that. Obviously, I'm not a doctor. I'm just telling you tips that I've written down and I've learned and I've experienced. They said spending too much time in jacuzzi. A lot of soy foods can lower your sperm count. I was like getting all like nitty gritty, like I'm like, is it me? Is it you? So I was doing everything that I could. So like, don't have your husband wear really tight pants or really tight underwear during this time. Healthy lives help. Stop smoking. Get a support group. Baby Center. Oh my gosh. Baby Center was so helpful to me. During my whole pregnancy I Googled, but I literally Googled every little thing. They'll tell you on the day you ovulate, when you should ovulate, what the signs of ovulating are, what is implantation signs, and everything like that. And I found out I was pregnant a week before my missed period, so I knew really early in my pregnancy, which was really crazy because a lot of people don't find out until a week, like during your missed period or a week after. And I was really on the dot. I started my period within 3 days of each other every month, so it was pretty straight on. She was a strong one. She was a strong one. I feel weird doing this video because I know some people, I just feel weird, like I'm telling you, like some of these things, like I don't know if it's going to be very helpful. It says 85% of women become pregnant in a year of trying. Over 35, see sooner, see a specialist. So over the month, if you're in your 20s, you have 45% to get pregnant every month. 45. I had 45% every month and I was not getting pregnant. So it still does not mean it's going to be as easy. So just realize that that's just in the month. Once you're in your 30s, you have a 20%, 35, 15%, and then 40s, you have a 5%. Sounds small, but it still can happen. Get ultrasounds to look at your hormones, your tubes, your uterus, and everything, your ovaries. So I had, which is weird, I had a, I don't even know, a cyst on my ovary, and I went to the doctor. That was kind of when we were trying, but my husband was out of town, so we weren't doing it as often as I would have liked. But he was out of town a lot during that time. I had a cyst on my ovary, and they checked my ovaries, and they said my uterus, my ovaries were all fine. They said that I was in my childbearing years, so that's why I was kind of having cysts, and once I get pregnant, it would help with the cysts. And again, I had whatever, I can't think of the word, but when I ovulated, it wasn't every month, because I'm not sure if I was ovulating every month, but when I ovulated, there were months where like you felt it. There's like some kind of, it's like a symptom or a disease, or not even, it's not like horrible, but you just know when you're ovulating. It's just like, it feels seriously so awful. It's like a period, but really worse. Ella woke up, and she wanted to join us. So, anyways, where was I? Get ultrasound, fertility rate, all that. So that's really all of the tips that I have. Get a support group, have people pray for you, just kind of get in tune with your body and be patient and have fun. I know these are kind of silly tips and like stuff that's maybe you guys already know, so I apologize if this video wasn't that helpful, but I just get this question so much that this is what I know. I can't tell you a ton of things because I'm not a doctor, and I can't be like, this is what I did and this is what I didn't do. Like, I'm just telling you things that helped my body out. Get a prenatal vitamin if you're not on one already. Start timing your ovulation. You stink, I heard that too, and you smell. Holy moly. Realize that's happened, and if you believe in the power of prayer, pray about it and have God lead you. Maybe God's plan for you is to adopt children, which is still a blessing. Maybe you just don't know what, our plans are all different from each other. So something that worked for me might not work for you guys. This is just where God led me, and this is what helped me. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope that you guys found it somewhat helpful. If I find out if I realize any more tips, because I kind of have been putting this video off because I feel like I didn't have enough tips, but it's just, I feel like it was such a long time ago. It really wasn't. It was 9 months ago, but that I was trying, like got pregnant 9 months ago, so then I was obviously trying a lot longer than that. So I feel like it's just been so long that I'm forgetting some things that I did. Obviously I just kind of took care of myself and just used the fertility tea, got my body on track, know that I was ovulating. You can go, you don't have to go see a fertility nurse. You can go to your gynecologist and have them look at your ovaries, your uterus, and your hormone levels. That's what I really think was off too, and my hormones levels were off so much because I was not taking care of myself with the water, with the food. I was not taking care of my body. And your body, you want it to be taken care of so that you can carry this baby, and it's going to just be so much harder to start taking care of yourself. Not that you can't once you can become pregnant, but I feel like it would have just been a lot harder for me if I just got pregnant. So I knew it wasn't the right time for me, because those times that I was trying and those times that I was just discouraged, I know it was getting me prepared for it, because this is just some life-changing thing, and it is a blessing. But it's a life-changing thing, and now that I look back, I know that it happened at the right time. So just know that I am praying for you guys. I'm wishing you guys lots of love. Do you want to say anything? Do you want to say anything? Do you want to say anything? She's looking at herself in the mirror. Do you want to say anything? Anyways, if I find out any other things, or if you guys have any other questions, then just leave a comment down below, or I'll maybe even post a blog post if I know any other ones. But I hope you guys enjoyed this video and found it, found it was somewhat helpful. I gotta hold my breath. You really stink. Oh my gosh, you stink so bad. Oh my gosh, how does that little bum smell so bad? Anyways, I hope you guys found this video helpful, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye guys.
Come on! No!
Yes!
Let me say anything about...
That is part of
What are we going with the club look? Lip liner, and then
no,
a little bit of lip?
I'm not gonna go no lip liner.